Hello. Hope this finds you well. Welcome to Professional Basics presented by Kelly Morris, that's me, of Savannah Technical College's Office of Career Services. This presentation is going to give you an introduction to career services and how we can assist you, the student or graduate, in connecting with employers. We're going to chat through resume presentation, cover letters, networking opportunities, interview tips, and then at the end I'll share a few resources with you. So, who is Career Services? Well, we assist students and alumni and employers by creating opportunities for connections to be made. We offer career counseling and job search assistance for graduates, interviewing and resume assistance through one-on-one coaching and workshops. We facilitate career fairs, and where appropriate, we invite industry leaders on campus to do tours, and then any other career-related services you can think of, from pulling data for graduate placement rates, as well as managing list of resources for our students. So what do we do? As I said earlier, we enhance resumes and cover letters for our graduates. This gives you the opportunity to present yourself well and to put your best foot forward. We share resources with students, graduates, as well as employers. We facilitate networking opportunities. We host workshops as well as do one-on-one coaching for our students. So now let's dive right in. So what is a resume and why do you need one? A resume is a marketing tool. It's essentially a flyer that tells an employer who you are and what you've got going on. It's a requirement for many organizations. Most organizations, as you're going through the interview and hiring process, will require a resume and or require the information found on a resume to be put into a job portal online. So the resume is an opportunity for you to present yourself well so that you can obtain an interview and ultimately start your new career. Your resume reflects you. It should be neat, well organized, free of errors and grammatical mistakes, professional in appearance. And what that will say about you is that you are neat, well organized, you have attention to detail, and that you're careful and competent. So, oftentimes students come to me and they're, what do I put on my resume? What do I say? Well, for my culinary students, hopefully you'll appreciate the reference. The resume is basically a recipe. So you'll have your ingredient list. Your ingredient list in this case is your header, where your name, city, state, email address, and phone number will be listed. You can have an objective statement, which communicates the type of position that you're interested in, as well as gives a quick overview of who you are. You'll have your education, the name of the institution, the degree, major, and graduation date, month, and year. Any experience, full and part-time jobs, self-employment, practicums, internships, apprenticeships, any type of professional experience you have, including volunteer opportunities and experiences. You'll include the company name or organization name, the job title, and the dates of employment. The dates of employment will be in a month and year format. You'll have the list of responsibilities, including action verbs and correct grammar. We'll chat through some action verbs and best ways to put your resume together and more in depth in another presentation. And then, of course, be concise and tailor the skills of your resume to the experience that the position you're applying for asks for. We've got lots of tricks to show you how to do that. And then, of course, any honors and awards, professional affiliations. Again, you'll include your organization name, the award, and the role. You'll order them by date, so they'll start with the most current and then run in descending order. And then you can also rank them by importance of career objective. So we'll chat through all of that in further detail. And so I'd like to give you just a sample of what a really, really nice organized resume would look like. So again, you have your header at the top, your mission statement. Your mission statement will say something to the effect of, I'm seeking a position with a dynamic, fast-paced company where I can combine my extensive customer service and time management skills with my professional training in medical coding, or medical assisting rather. I always like to have an area of expertise, but again, this is a recipe. So some of the ingredients, as you know, when you cook and as you put together, food and beautiful meals, you can interchange some of the components. So this is just an overview. Your resume can look a little different. The formatting can be different, but what I want you to take away from this are the sections and just the tidiness and organization overall. You'll have your education listed, and then you'll also have your relevant coursework. So you can go through, this particular student had lots of real world experience as in customer service, in the service industry, in food service, but she hadn't exactly translated that into front of the house. So what we did is we took her relevant coursework and listed it on the resume. She was applying for a front office slash medical coding position. And so we wanted to demonstrate that she had training in the medical field, and then of course her work history, which highlighted her customer service skills and abilities. All right, so just a few helpful tips. Resume do's. Do use action verbs. Coordinated, managed, facilitated, strong words, and short and concise sentences. Recruiters are moving very quickly and are looking at a great number of resumes. So you want to keep your information short and concise. This is where the use of numbers, so you can quantify things. So numbers, percentages, dollar amounts, all help tell the story in a really quick and efficient way. Keep the resume easy to read, and the resume should be about 1 page. So the general rule for this is for every 5 years of experience you have in a particular industry, you get 1 page on your resume. So if you've been in the medical assisting or in the medical field for 10 years, your resume would most likely be 2 pages. However, for most of our students and graduates who are either entering the workforce for the first time and or transitioning into another career path, your resume should be about 1 page. So resume don'ts. Don't use pronouns, I, me, my, etc. Do not include your references on your resume. This used to be the norm. But your resume should be broken out into a separate list and on a separate sheet. So if the recruiter asks for them, you can absolutely send them over quickly, but they shouldn't be on your resume. So don't clutter the resume with any non-essential information. Your cover letter should be able to cover any information that you want to convey to an employer prior to meeting with them, but it should not be on your resume. Don't make any misrepresentations. Make sure that what's on your resume, including months and start dates, graduation dates, degree name, etc., make sure that they all fit and that they are all accurate. So don't include any personal information, social security numbers, age, sex, height, weight, marital status, photograph, etc. At various times, those things might have been included, but in the current modern resume format, they should not be. All right, so let's move on to cover letters. What is a cover letter and why do you need one? Cover letters demonstrate how your work experience meets the job requirements, how your skills meet the job requirements, and then it gives you the opportunity to explain why you want to work at an organization. So cover letters, some things to do: introduce yourself, talk about your relevant skills, highlight your best qualities, explain why you're a good fit, and then conclude with a call to action. We'll have an example for you on the next slide. So resume don'ts. Don't discuss why you need a job. It's best to not discuss anything personal. Recruiters and hiring managers understand why you need the job. For the same reason we all need the job. There's no reason to state it. Don't list the information found on your resume. Recruiters are moving quickly, and redundancies in information are frustrating for them. So give yourself a leg up. Don't list any of the information found on your resume. Never address the company. Where possible, address the hiring manager or recruiter that you're working with. Or you can address it specifically to, say, dear hiring manager, but don't say dear company. And then don't have any typos or slang. I know in the world that we live in, where we're using our cell phones, we're Facebook messaging, we're sending messages across various platforms, and the temptation would be to use that same speak and those same speech patterns in a cover letter. But a cover letter should be a little bit more formal. So here's an example. Again, you'll have your header. The header should match what's on your the same header on your resume. So that way, when they're putting your packet together for the interview process, it'll all be nice and uniform. You'll have your date, your address block. Create the salutation. As I said before, this one, we know that Ms. Smith is the hiring manager. She's the director of HR. She'll be the first line of contact. So we address the letter to Ms. Smith. You'll have your introduction. So I'm writing to apply for the position of social media manager for Fit Living as advertised on your website. I have 3 years experience in social media. So it tells the recruiter what position you're applying for and where you learned about the position. Then of course in the body of the letter, you'll chat through, what you've done previously. This is not to say that you can't mention past employers and some of the information found on the resume. It's okay to reference past positions, but don't dive deep into all of the roles. And then, of course, you'll have a conclusion. When I saw the job opening, I knew it was the perfect opportunity to offer you my social media marketing skills and people skills. And then, of course, the call to action. Feel free to reach out to me on my email or cell. I hope to hear from you soon. And then, of course, your signature. But again, a resume or the cover letter rather, follows the same format. You have basically your ingredients, and you put them in, you organize them, and then you shoot it out. All right, so now that your resume and your cover letter is in a good place, let's chat about ways to network. So there's ways virtually. Savannah Tech has a great virtual job board called Career Connections. I'll tell you a little bit more about it in just a second. But essentially, it's a database full of employers who've reached out to the Office of Career Services and they've said, hey, we want to hire your students. And they create company profiles, they post their jobs. You as the student or graduate can post, you create an account and you post your resume. It gives you the opportunity to interact and connect readily. There's also social media, LinkedIn. You can look for jobs on LinkedIn. Google has the same functionality for searching for positions. Also, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. So your traditional personal social media platforms can also be used to help you learn more about the company. And we'll chat a little bit about research and where these platforms will tie back into your professional development. And then, of course, there's the traditional face-to-face marketing opportunities or networking opportunities. So professional meetings, professional associations and societies, they have meetings where you can get together with other people in your industry or the industry that you're hoping to work in one day, that you're striving to work in. Then you can chat through employment opportunities. Chamber of Commerce events. These are great ways to get together with like-minded people who may know someone who needs your services or skills. Work. This work, for those of you who are working in field while you're going through your program of study, talk to your coworkers, get to know them outside of the simple office connection, chat with them about their career trajectory, how they got to where they are, where they're hoping to go, and how you could offer opportunities to connect and share resources. Volunteer opportunities. Volunteering is a great way to build your resume. It's also a fantastic way to connect with people in your community. Again, any opportunity you have to network and meet new people to bring them into your realm is a great opportunity. Job fairs, career fairs. There are many organizations host them throughout the years. It's a great way for an employer to connect with you. And for you to connect with an employer. Take your resume, dress professionally and go present yourself. And then, of course, school. School is a great way to connect with people in your industry. Your faculty have all worked in field. Most of the support staff have had, careers outside of Savannah Tech as well. Your classmates, the folks you're in class with, have had other jobs, have had different life experiences than you. So it's a great way to connect and network. Always present your best self forward, because you never know who someone knows and how they could be of assistance to you. All right, so your resume looks great, your cover letter's ready, you've networked, you've met some people, you've gotten an interview. So now let's chat through just some interviewing best practices. There are two things on this list that are most important to me, in my opinion. And basically what you'll take away from this is research, preparation, and then the follow-up. So research. Research the company that you're applying for. Get to know as much as you possibly can about their company culture, how long they've been in business, trajectories, projections for the industry. or research using social media avenues, and LinkedIn. Who are the people you're interviewing with? What their backgrounds are. This will help you be prepared. Review potential interview questions and practice them. This is where, again, the Office of Career Services can help. We have, a roster of interview questions. We're happy to help you practice. As with anything in life, it's repetition. The more you do it, the more comfortable you get, the better you are. And interviewing is no different. Dress for success. So the general rule of thumb is to dress for the job you want, not the job you have or that you're applying for. Present yourself well. Be neat and tidy no matter what industry that you're looking for. So if you're, if dress slacks, appropriately pressed and clean, a clean, crisp shirt. We've got some more resources to share with you on that as well. Be punctual. The rule of thumb is to be no more than 15 minutes early to a job interview. I always recommend, if you don't know where the interview is, find it a few days prior, make a drive, time it out so you'll know how long it's going to take you to get from your starting point to the actual interview. Build yourself in plenty of time. Give yourself time to get to the interview place, get settled, use the restroom, gather your thoughts, and then conduct the interview. Always be punctual. You never want to be late for an interview. Ask insightful questions. Again, I have a roster of questions that I'm happy to share with you, but it shows that you've done your research, and that you've given thought about the job, and it shows that you're looking forward as opposed to just living in the present moment. And then, of course, send thank you emails and follow up. This is probably one of the most important things that you can do. If possible, a handwritten thank you note is preferred, but in this day and age where most of our communications are computer mediated, an email is fine. If possible, you can get the email addresses for the interview panel or the folks you interview with, but at the very least, send a follow-up thank you email to the person who helped connect you, who helped facilitate the interview, whether it be the hiring manager, the HR director, etc. But absolutely follow up. So many folks don't, and following up will give you a leg up in the interview process. All right, so we've got some some resources that are specific to our students and graduates. It's a benefit that you have from being affiliated with Savannah Tech. So as I mentioned earlier, we have this great virtual job board called Career Connections. This allows you to easily connect with employers who want to hire you. You simply create an account, you post your resume, and you start connecting. And then we also have a virtual job shadow. So this is a platform that allows you to watch videos of real employees in various careers as they go through day-to-day operations. It allows you to explore a number of career options. You can build a resume. You can find jobs and internships in your chosen career field. It also includes information on pay and employment outlook for each career and much more. So if you need additional help, as I said earlier, I'm Kelly Morris. I am the Career Services Coordinator for Savannah Technical College. We are the college that works. My goal is to help you improve and build upon the skills that you're learning in the classroom with the faculty and staff, all who are well versed and knowledgeable in their particular programs. And then you come to the Career Services Department and we help you round all that out. We help you tell the story that will set you on your way. The best way to connect with me is via email, kmorris@savannatech.edu. I welcome the opportunity to connect with you and to help you as you plot your next chapter in life. Thanks for tuning in. We look forward to connecting with you soon.